Are you ready for your big-ass grab bag over there, sir, before Jeremy Renner joins us here on the Rich Eisen Show?
Oh, I stay ready, Rich, so I don't have to get ready.
Jason Fella, give him his music. Give him his music over there. It's the Friday segment that everybody loves much more than Chris Brockman's Sneaky Good Games.
I don't know
It
about
is
that.
TJ Jefferson's Top 5, a.k.a. TJ's big-ass grab bag. What do you have in the bag? Oh.
Yeah, we had new drop there. How
very
about
good.
that?
My bad. I'd have shut up then. What do you got over there?
Feller. All right, you know how we start. Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? TJ here. Now let me holler at you guys. Since this is the 75th season of the NBA, you know, last week the association put out a list of its top 75 players of all time, right? That created a lot of controversy, a lot of talk. So this just made me realize it's time to share one of the coolest moments that I've ever had happen to me. And it happened on April the 1st, 2012. And it happened with the GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Now, I've told the story before about the time Ashton got asked to be Michael Jordan's caddy at his golf tourney in Vegas. Amazing time. Lots of cigars, lots of 1942 being drunk Bachman, a lot of fun. But what happened the night before is what we're going to concentrate on, okay? And I've never really told anyone this before and to a mic. We get to the area, the hotel in Vegas, the night before, and we kind of turn off into some side hallway. It's like a little private hallway with a private poker room. And we walk into this private poker room. There's about 12 people there, and then sitting at the table is Michael Jordan. Okay, so I'm kind of like, wow. I'm like a little impressed. I'm amazed. I've never been in such close proximity to the guy who I had my bedroom walls as a kid filled with pictures of, all right? So I'm a little like, wow, there's Michael Jordan right in front of me. But it got a little much. I kind of stepped out of the room, kind of to take a breath and kind of just, you know, scroll on my phone when I felt somebody come walk and stand next to me. And I turned over, and who was it but Michael Jordan? And there was nobody with him, just the two of us in the hallway, right? So I'm sitting there like, well, what do you say to Michael Jordan at this point, TJ? You got to say something. So I kind of turned to him, and I looked, and I said, let me ask you a question. And that turned into the topic of today's TJ's Top 5 as I dug into the big-ass grab bag, and I decided to give you guys, and I'm dedicating this to Michael Jordan, I'm going to make the Top 5 Michael Jordan's all-time NBA Top 5 as told to me in that hallway on April the 1st, 2012.
Okay, so before you jump into this big-ass grab bag, based on your preamble, I've been able to gather, you wound up in a private moment with Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Just the two of us in a hallway.
It's TJ and MJ.
TJ and MJ, two goats.
In a hallway.
Yep.
And you asked him who's his top 5 NBA players of all time, and you're about to reveal that as part of your big-ass
grab bag. About to reveal that too, yes. Michael Jordan's all-time.
Okay.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Now, coming at number 5, this was the last position that we got to during the conversation.
Sure.
But I felt like I'll kick this one off because it's obviously the most clear choice that there is. We got to the 2 guard, which if people don't know, that's the shooting guard position.
Yes, sir.
And I simply looked at him at the end of the convo. I went, at the 2 guard, I suppose you. And then he gave me what we now know from The Last Dance is the John Michael Wozniak quarters tossing shrug. He looked at me and went, I didn't know that at that time because this was years before The Last Dance. But Michael Jordan put himself at the 2 guard, at the shooting guard. And you know what? I had no problem with that whatsoever. Now we get to the point guard spot. Now
and by the way,
it makes sense.
Awesome.
I mean, he's right.
But the shrug, it was just like, yeah, okay. Point guard, probably the easiest position to predict. When I said who's running the point, he quickly and simply said Magic. Irvin Magic Johnson, the greatest point guard to ever live, to ever walk the planet. And kids, I don't care what Instagram's trying to tell you, don't take the bait. Magic Johnson's the greatest point guard to ever live, okay? Point blank, period. At least in my opinion and Michael Jordan's opinion. Now we're getting to the small forward spot. That's the 3. And when I got to that position, it was another quick answer, but he was torn between 2 players. Right off the bat, he said, I got to go with Larry or my guy Pippen. I didn't push him. I didn't ask him to pick between 1 and 2. I left it at that. So at the small forward position, he was kind of torn between Larry Bird or his guy Pippen at the 3.
I think this is pretty cool, TJ.
Yeah.
Is that this is a private moment.
Me and him.
So this is not like he doesn't think that, you know, you're going to reveal anything to other people.
At least not for 8 years.
Or into a microphone on a nationally syndicated radio show / TV streaming show.
Yes.
And he says Pippen.
Yeah, my guy.
And we're talking about my guy Pippen.
Is what his direct quote. I'll never forget that one. He's like, Larry or my guy Pippen.
And Pippen might be news to him that he's referred to as my guy or one of the greatest shooting forwards in the history of the game.
Forwards, yeah.
Small forwards in the history of the game.
So maybe, I'm not sure, But yeah, that's what we have there. Coming in at number 2, the power forward spot. Now, this is how the conversation started when I said, let me ask you something.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to figure out, what do I talk to Michael Jordan about? A week before, me and my buddy here at work at DirecTV got in a conversation. Who was the greatest power forward of all time? Mm-hmm. I said Tim Duncan. He said, well, Tim Duncan's a center. I'm like, nah, just because he's playing center at the end of his career doesn't make him a center.
Right.
I proposed that to Mike. Mike thought about it. He goes, didn't really think about that. And he said the same thing. Tim's been playing center, but you're right. Tim is maybe the best, but the name he gave me first, and then he added Tim Duncan to it, might be a surprise. It was Kevin McHale. That was the first name he said at power forward, that he was the greatest power forward. And then he went, but Timmy is right there with him, now that I'm thinking about it. So Kevin McHale or Tim Duncan is what Michael Jordan told me, or who Michael Jordan told me.
This is fun,
at the power forward.
What a big-ass grab bag this is.
So now we get to the center, right? Yep. And the name he gave me here, I guess I wasn't expecting it because I thought he might give me someone else, but it's a very worthy player. At the 5, at the center, he named Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. And so I immediately asked Michael Jordan, right? I said, after he told me the dream, I said, okay, let me ask you this. If you don't basically leave for those 2 seasons with the Rockets have won the title, they went back-to-back between the Bulls runs.
Yeah.
To this, Michael Jordan took a half step back. Mind you, almost every word of this is true. Like, I'm not making any of this up. He took a half step back. He looked at me, and he said, no. F no. Except he didn't say F. He said the word no, F no, no. As in, no, they wouldn't have won this championships. But then he laughed. He said, but I got to be honest with you, man. He goes, we can never do anything with Dream. Dream had our number. We couldn't handle him. But he was not willing to admit that either one of those Rockets teams would have won the title. And that's it, man. That was just, and then after that moment, we got that out. Kind of people came milling about. He went about his business. I kind of stood there walking on air thinking to myself, my God, if I could have recorded this conversation, it would be 1 billion views on YouTube.
Right.
But I knew, Rich, at some point in 2012, I knew in 2021, a man named Rich Eisen would have the common sense to put me in front of a mic and let me spit and share these stories with you. And guys, that's TJ's top 5 of Michael Jordan's top 5 as told to me on April 1st, 2012. There you have it.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. I don't think Wennington can handle any of that Dream smoke, right?
Longley,
right?
Cartwright, like
Dream smoke.
Yeah, he was very complimentary. Dream, but I'll never forget it again when I said, would they have won at least one? No, F no, no, and he was very serious.
So not Kareem, but Hakeem.
Hakeem the Dream, yeah, that was his guy. So, and like I said, this could have changed, today. But like I said, in the moment that I had with Michael, this is what he shared with me, and it was just one of those things where I've never forgotten that conversation my whole life.
Outstanding big-ass grab bag, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. I'm glad that you initially felt you were not worthy of being in that room to leave the room and then have Michael actually join you in the hallway to have this conversation.
Guys, when I tell you, it was just...
No, I totally understand. You're like, what am I doing in here? I got to get out.
And also, I'll give you guys this. We talked about 2 positions, right? The first 2 we talked about.
Right.
Then someone did come out and they got his attention. And I'm thinking, all right, end the conversation. I kind of turned back around and I'm playing on my phone and my heart's pounding. Of course. I'm like, this was so dope. And then like a minute later, literally, a gigantic paw grabbed my shoulder and kind of spun me around, and I turned and it was Mike. He goes, now where were we? And I was like, yo. Like he literally goes, now where were we? He was into this conversation. Like I said, I wish I could have recorded it. I didn't. But it was just a great moment.
Well, if you recorded it, he probably wouldn't have been so damn honest with you.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.